Hey everybody, what's going on? Hexlex here with another Master Duel video for you. Today we're going to be looking at some more live commentary over some games. This time I'm going to be playing Bird Up, and I am quite excited about these games. I actually had a lot of fun playing this deck, so if you enjoy watching me play Bird Up, especially live or replays, either way, yeah, feel free to let me know because I would love to continue playing this deck if it's what you guys want to see. Before we go and jump into the games themselves, I am going to show off my deck list here, just in case you haven't seen any of my recent videos. See, we've got one copy of DD Crow, 2 Cobalt Sparrow, 2 Sapphire Swallow, 3 Turquoise Warbler. We've got 3 Tri-Brigade Nervall, 3 Beryl Canary, 2 Celestine Wagtail, 3 Maxx. We've got one copy of Tri-Brigade Kerass and 1 of Kitt. 3 Ashes, we've got 3 Fractals, and our Apex Avian for some Morgue plays. We're running a Harpie's Feather Duster and 2 Lightning Storm for going second options. We're playing 3 Bird Call, obviously it's a great card. We're playing 1 Tenki instead of the 3rd Sparrow as more options to unbrick hands potentially. 2 Call Advice, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. Over here in the extra deck, we've got number F0 Utopic Future, 2 Recital Starlings, and a symbol Nightingale, very important for going into Zeus often. You got the Utopic Draco Future, we've got an Ensemblue Robin, we've got the Downerd, the Zeus, of course. For our links, we have Almiraj, we have Double Dragon's Oath, 1 Farajit, we have the Desperate Doom Eagle, Morgue, Access Code, and 1 copy of Shurig. So that is the list there. That is the list I'm going to be playing all these games with, as well as any, or rather the next live duel video of this deck is also going to be using this list. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into it and look at some of these games. Okay, let's jump into our Bird Up live games. Like I mentioned in my other Bird Up replay videos, I have been having a lot of fun playing this deck at the PLAT 1 level. Has been fairly enjoyable. We're going to go second here. This is going to be fairly interesting. Although this deck does still have the potential to have some pretty good going second hands. So yeah, we'll see how it ends up panning out here. What have we got? We do have an Imprime, that's good. We've also got Warbler plus Fractal. Okay, we've got a Bird Call and a Nervall too. Okay, I like this hand. It's fairly solid. We can do things with it. Let's see what our opponent's up to. They're gonna set a monster and a back row. T-set and pass. Alright. Haven't seen that in a while. That's not a bad sign for us. Ooh, we got a Swallow too. Wow, this is a really, really good setup. Alright, we're going to start with Fractal's effect. Let's see if they've got a response to it. Wow, nothing. They have no hand traps or their back row. Cool. I guess we just kind of have free reign to do what we want then. I'm going to send Sparrow. Let's special summon our Warbler in defense mode. Yeah, okay, nothing. Let's activate Warbler's effect. And okay, here's where they're getting prompted for a response. And they don't have a response. Okay. So they have something that responds to special summons. Or, no, not special summons, because it's a monster effect on the field is when they got the prompt. Because I special summoned Warbler, nothing. It went straight to Warbler's effect. Then they got a response. So they have something that responds to the activation of monster effects on the field. Or they could just concede. Okay, I guess they got sick of me waiting and they saw birds and they just wanted to concede. I'm not going to lie. This is how you get a decent amount of your wins in Bird Up, is by you just dropping some birds and your opponent surrenders. So let's go into a duel that's hopefully going to be a little more interesting to watch. Although, you know what? I will say this. I'm going to keep this one just because I get to show some of my live mentality when I'm thinking about just watching for responses from my opponent and watching for the timing of it and seeing at which point, assuming they're on auto. And because I think about like 97% of people play on auto, myself included, you can kind of gauge what your opponent's got based on when they're given prompts to respond. So yeah, I don't know. I think that was a good duel to keep for that reason. Okay, guys, let's jump into our next Bird Up duel here. Let's see who we've got. Did I not? No, okay. I thought I'd played against this person already. I saw Plat 5 in the Ritual Raven avatar. Okay, so we're going second. let's see what kind of a going second hand we get. Wow, we've actually got the going second hand. Look at this, we've got Maxx and double Ash. Okay, well that's definitely better than, this hand is definitely better than if we had gone first. Okay, I've talked about this in other videos. I am not going to Ash the Tenki. I'm going to wait and Ash the Fractal here. So they can go ahead and get their search, that's fine. The reason for this is because, and I often do this play as well, Tenki, like, they could easily have a Fractal in hand and you'd be using the Tenki to bait it. Also, Tenki is very non-committal in terms of, like, making plays. Like, they could easily just have other plays that I'd rather Ash anyway, so... no, I don't need to play Maxx here. So I want to wait for them to get the Fractals effects before I go ahead and Ash for those reasons. Okay, they're going to set a monster... Okay, interesting. They set a monster. So it's probably a Nervall. It could be a Kitt. They could also be playing Bird up themselves, and it could be a small bird. Okay, so it's probably one of those. I'm going to assume it's a Nervall with 2000 defense to play it safe, though. Wow, we got Tenki and Called By. Or Tenki and Lyrilusc, and we have Called By. Jesus, this is a great hand. Okay, Tenki. Okay, so they didn't have a response to Tenki, so they don't have, like, an Ash. That's good to know. Because it went straight into my prompt. Activate Fractal F. Okay, yep, they don't have anything in response to Fractal. We know this. So we set up the Sparrow in our grave. I should have Bird called first. No, this is still fine. It doesn't really matter. But Sparrow. Let's activate Bird Call. And let's get the Warbler. We'll add it to our hand. And let's special summon our Warbler in defense mode. Okay, they don't have anything in response to summons. Let's activate Warbler's effect. Okay, now they're given a prompt to respond. Is this Maxx? No, nothing. Okay. Cool. Let's summon the Sparrow in defense mode. Okay, again, they don't have anything that responds to summons. Sparrow F. Do they have a response to Sparrow F? They have something that responds to monster effects. Okay. Let's add a Nervall with Sparrow. Okay. Now, let's go ahead. They might have a Called By. Oh, you know what? I bet that's what it is. No, surely you would have Called By Fractal then. Okay, that's weird. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like an MST or something to destroy my Tenki. No, then they'd be getting the prompts more often. Let's see. Recital Starling. I will activate the optional effect on herself. It's not going to really matter. I'm curious if my opponent's got a response, though. Again, they're getting prompts to respond to monster effects. Ah, it's a droplet. That's what it is. Gotcha. What do they discard here? Oh no, they sent the Tenki. Okay. Do I want to chain anything? Nope. And this just negates, right? It doesn't negate and destroy. Yes, okay. So I still could put the Tri-type in the grave. I don't think that really does any... No, that does absolutely do something for me. That lets me set up... I can set up a double dragon here. Ancient Warrior's Oath. Are its effects negated? No, I don't even think that's till the end of the turn. Oh, no, until the end of this turn. Okay. So there's a chance our Starling could survive, especially if I play Ancient Warrior's Oath here. Yeah, let's do that. So, activate effect, even though it's going to get negated. We'll put Warbler in the grave, doesn't really matter. Nope. And negate, yep. And summon Nervall. Nervall F. I want to send 2 cards. 2 cards? Oh. Where did that come from? I haven't done that in forever. Okay, I don't need Ferrigite, right? I could also link these away in order to summon Simorgh, which would actually be the smarter play. I mean, not the smarter play necessarily, but, you know. How many Tri-types do they have in grave? None. Do I even want to attack this face-down monster? If it's like a Kitt or a Nervall, its effect's going to get off and they're going to get plays. But if I just leave it for now and deal with it next turn, they don't really have anything in the grave to set up. So, yeah. We could use Ferrigite's effect. Although I kind of want to save it for a potential combo later. Maybe we want to save the Double Dragon Oath for potential later too. Do I want to link it away? I'm deciding which one of these I want to link away, because I am going to link it away for Simorgh. Let's just summon the Oath. I want to use the Ferrigite for potential combos later. And send Nervall, and yes, I want to do that. Summon Simorgh here. And we are going to use Nervall's effect. I'm just going to go ahead and add a Fractal. Alright, I'm going to set my called by. That still leaves 8 zones open. Like I said, I'm not attacking because if this is Kitt or Nervall, I don't want them to set up their graveyard. So instead, I am just going to pass, and then during the end phase, we are going to get Simorgh's ability. As I just pointed out, we have 8 spell or trap zones open, so we can summon our level 7 Apex Avian. Throw him in that zone right there. And now we can just pass back to our opponent. And, like I said earlier, if our Recital Starling lives until next turn, we can just pick up the combo right where we left off. Okay, they're gonna Tenki here. I'm totally cool with this, because I've got the called by. No, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna Ash. I probably should have ashed, actually, that Tenki, because they're probably going to search for a Zodiac card here. No, they're going to search for a Fractal. Okay, I'm trying to decide if I want to ash or called by this Fractal. Yeah, I don't really need a Fractal to combo on my next turn. Yeah, this is just better, because not only does it negate it, right, it's also going to banish it from the graveyard, so they have no Tri-types set up with now. Nope, we don't need to respond with either of those. Yeah, they're still only going to have one Fractal in grave. They can't do anything with that, so with this we are able to severely limit what our opponent's able to do. Ah, it was a Ram they had face down. Well, I'm definitely going to Maxx in response to the flip summon of Ram. So now if they want to do their Zodiac plays, they have to give me a shit ton of draws. And even if they go into a Trident, I mean, or a Zeus, I can just Apex Avian it. I wonder if the effect of Borbo to attack directly. It's not. I don't think it's an activated effect. No, surely it's a continuous effect, right? Let's see. This card, yeah, this card can attack directly. Yeah. So our opponent is going to get to Zeus, but it's only going to be for 2 materials. It's not that bad. We're going to lose our board, but we can just start comboing on our turn. We might not even combo, we might just like summon Fractal, right? And then banish a bunch for Omen and just banish their Zeus and just go from there. Ooh, we got a Warbler. Nope, never mind, we're gonna combo. We got a Warbler, we're gonna combo. Oh right, they only have 2 materials, I can just Apex Avian. I'm so used to, I even said they have 2 materials. This is like, again, what I mentioned with your brain kind of going on autopilot, right? I'm like, oh, Zeus equals 2 destructions, because everybody puts 4 materials on it, unless you can't, and like in that situation, and then you just put 2 materials on it. So yeah, the Apex Avian is going to be enough to get the concede from our opponent there. And that game was actually a really good example of showing, like, how when you know a deck well enough, you know how to play around it, right? So you see there, like, I knew that if I could just keep Tri-ZEUS from establishing a graveyard, then they don't really have plays to go forward. Now, granted, I did end up that I should have attacked the face-down monster because it ended up being Ram, but I thought there was a decent chance it was Kitt or Nervall, And like I said, I didn't want to set up other tri-types for their plays too, because even though it was Ram, right, that would have put 2 tri-types in my opponent's graveyard, and we don't know what the last cards in their hand were. Maybe that could have set up a play that would have gone worse for me, who knows, but in any case, let's go ahead and move on to the next game. Alright, let's jump straight into our next game of good ol' Bird Up. I love saying that. What a fun name. The TCG comes up with the best names. Good old Beats here at Platinum 3. We are going to end up taking the first turn here. I love the little Geargy guy as a little emote thing. He's cute. I have Ash because she just fits the aesthetics. I just like the matching aesthetics of Ash, the Ash sleeves, and the board here, honestly. Okay, so looks like we've got Sparrow, Fractal, and Bird Call. Okay, let's go ahead and start with... Okay, I want to start with Fractal here because I want the Bird Call to resolve. I do not want my Bird Call to get ashed. If Fractal resolves, though, I don't have to send Cobalt Sparrow necessarily because I have one in my hand already. And I can use Bird Call to special summon the one in my hand. So I'm just trying to figure out what I want to send with Fractal if Fractal resolves. I could send Kitt, Nervall, and then add Kerass. Because I might have an extra tri-type left over. Whoops. That always happens when I stop and think like that. Okay, that sounds fine. Let's just activate Fractal. Let's see if it gets ashed. That's the first thing to do here. Wow, nothing at all. Okay, cool. So, yeah, we don't have to set up the Sparrow, so let's set up some tri-types in Grave. Kitt F, we'll send a Nervall. Nervall F. I'm just going to add a Fractal, I think, actually. Because I'll have my normal summon still with this line. Activate Bird Call. I will add a Warbler. No, we don't need to special summon a monster because we want to do that with Warbler's effect. Alright, let's see if this Warbler gets impermanenced. Or effect failed or something. Yep, there's the imperm. That's fine. I'm just trying to think here. Okay, if I normal summon Sparrow and then overlay into Recital Starling, I can detach to add Beryl Canary. Beryl Canary, special Sparrow. Add. I would add Swallowtail and Wagtail. And then I would special both while I have a Winged Beast on the field. Then I would overlay my Recital Starlings into F-Zero, F-Zero into Utopic Future, and then I could go into Ensemblue Robin from there. I could have that plus some impermanences. Other option is to normal summon Fractal right here, and then go into Sigmar, and then Sigmar into Apex Avian. But if I do the other play, I could also have the Fractal option for next turn. I would have more tri-types in Grave for potentially a different play. So I'm going to go with the first play I think I mentioned here. I'm just going to normal summon my Sparrow. Interesting that my opponent got a prompt to respond to that. But not the special summon. Okay, let's make that Starling. Starling F. Sure, just pump itself, that's fine. Okay, here's the real effect I want. This time it does matter, I need to send the Sparrow. Because I'm going to add Beryl Canary. Remember with Beryl Canary we can only Xyz summon after this, so we're going to activate her effect. Get the Sparrow. Special. Special. Sparrow F. Let's see if our opponent responds. Do they have another impermanence? Wow, that would be... Okay, I was going to say. If they had another imperm, they would have impermed the Starling, right? Okay, so we're going to add a Sapphire Swallow to our hand. And then I'm going to go to Special Summon, Recital Starling, overlay these two, there we go, and put that in defense mode. Sure, we can activate the optional effect. It doesn't particularly matter. I guess I'll just give her stats. That's fine. Activate her search effect. I'm going to detach. This one doesn't really matter. Let's detach the Sparrow in order to add a Wagtail to our hand. Now, this is important because you only get this effect while you have a Winged Beast out, so you don't want to go into F0 yet. I'm going to first activate Swallow's effect. Special and special. Wagtail's effect. Let's add the bird call. Okay, now from here, since I've already set these up on the board, I'm going to go straight into my F0 because I want my monster effect negation like as quickly as possible. Because, I don't know, I don't think my opponent has a Nibiru, but I'm a little concerned that they might. Okay. Whew. Alright, we made it into the... Okay, so now even if they have Nibiru, we can negate it. So, we at least are assured in that. If our opponent does have Nibiru, that would be the moment where they realize it's too late. Yeah, let's make Ensemblue Robin. And attack mode. I'll put Ensemblue Robin over here on the other side. Just in case I end up making some more next turn, I can put it over here and she'll be pointing it, and then I also won't be messing up my middle zones. Generally speaking, I try to leave my middle zones open for link summoning. That we can activate our Swallow's effect. So too bad we couldn't get the Wagtail engraved so we could have 4 materials, but 3 still isn't bad. Let's put Turquoise Warbler on as a material. Now I'll set 1 Imperm, I'll keep the other one in my hand, and we've got a pretty good setup here, even though it's not like a full setup, because we were disrupted by the Imperm. We do at least end with the Utopic Future, the Ensemblue Robin, a set Imperm, an extra 1 in hand, a Fractal, and a Bird Call for plays next turn. In general, with card games, you want to be thinking about your next turn as you're playing out your current turn. You want to set yourself up to be able to have follow-up plays just in case something goes wrong, you know? Alright, let's see what kind of deck Beats has got here. Bum, 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 bum. I love this music. Oh, they said a back row. 2 back row. 2 isn't bad. I wouldn't mind if they stopped at 2. Cool. Alright. Now here's the thing, right? It's a very real possibility. I have no idea what kind of a deck my opponent's playing. They just set 2 back row and pass. I think it's more likely they have something like Torrential Tribute than something like Mirror Force, right? If I normal summon this Fractal and try to go into plays and they flip Torrential, I mean, this Utopic Draco will survive. Yeah, I can't be disrupted. So maybe that is actually worth it. I was gonna say I'm gonna move straight into battle phase and just attack, but if I can go for a game here, I probably should. I have plenty of tri-types in grave, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. I have plenty. I'm doing it. I'm gonna... Okay. Let me think for a second. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm gonna summon Fractal into this zone. Let's see if my opponent has a response. Nope. Okay. Fractal F. I'm gonna banish 4. I'm gonna banish my Tri-Brigade cards and Beryl Canary because I want to leave my Swallow to potentially be special summoned later. Let's see if they have a response to that. Imperm. That's fine. Yeah, I don't care about that. Okay, so if I activate Bird Call and go for Beryl Canary F, special Swallow, I can make a symbol to Nightingale, which can attack for 1200 if it's got 2 materials. How much damage do I have right now? Let's round this up to 5,000, 65, so 64 plus 12 is just short of lethal. Shoot. Oh, that is just short of lethal. Yeah, if I summon Beryl Canary, I'm not going to be able to link summon. I could stack a Downerd on top. That would be enough. Dope. Alright, let's do it. no, they have the Ash. Oh, but we have the Called By. It's fine. I was actually just talking with a friend recently about how often, like, we tend to do that in games where something bad happens and you go, your reaction is, like, so polarized that you go, like, oh, shit. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I do that all the time, especially in Yu-Gi-Oh! Do you have a response to my Called By? No. Okay, this is a good sign. We'll add good old Beryl Canary to our hand. Let's activate Beryl Canary's ability, targeting our Swallow. Let's see if our opponent's got a response to that. Nope. I mean, we also have the Utopic Future for the Ash as well, but, you know, the Called By is better to use here because this negates any monster effects, whereas Called By is a little bit more niche in its use. So, as far as a level 1 winged beast to add... That's kind of a good question, actually. Let's go for Nervall, because Nervall has the most potential. I'm just thinking again about our next turn. And next turn, Nervall can, like, single-handedly kind of set us up into more plays, if something bad happens here. Okay, let's link away our assembled overlay our stuff into assembled Nightingale. No, I can't make the Downerd. Downerd is main phase 2 only. Well, this is fine. So this is 12, 27, plus 5. Yeah, it's 400 off. Oh, that's so close. It's fine. Let's go ahead and attack with our assembled Nightingale. We don't need to activate her effect. That quick effect is to prevent my Lyrilusc monster, so I can't actually protect my Ensemblue Robin with her as well. Nope, we don't need to activate that. It's too bad it's not an additional attack. It's just like, yeah, attacks per material. Because if it were an additional attack per material, she could attack again. But, alas, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Alright, let's attack with our Fractal. And here I'm going to go into Downerd and then Zeus. Even though I have a big board up, I can still set up Zeus as like a last-ditch kind of a thing. Like, if my opponent can absolutely just out my board, then we can at the very least go like Zeus and out their board back. Okay. First we're going to summon Downerd. Yeah, in an earlier video I was like, oh, did I miss lethal with Downerd? But no, as we learned here, yeah, or as I remembered rather, as I should have read, you can really only Downerd during main phase 2. She's like Zeus in that regard. So she is just an extra material for Zeus. Again, for the most part, there are situations where she could be useful outside of that. Going to summon Zeus in defense mode to play around Lightning Storm. And even though I already have an Imperm set, I'm actually going to set another one in this zone to potentially negate this spell or trap card. Do I want to activate Fractal's effect? I don't need to right now. I'm just going to pass. Yeah, I mean, our opponent's in, like, a pretty... I don't want to say hopeless. Oh, they're playing a mutant deck. Oh, see, this is where I feel a little bit bad. Again, only a little. Not bad enough to not play meta decks, but it's like, man, my opponent's Plat 3. They're just trying to get to Plat 1 with their mutant deck, but here I am, one of the big, bad meta decks that is standing in their way. I've never seen mutants before. What is this? If this is will summon that as spell, try to advantage, square bench, Mystery Arsenal. Interesting. Okay. Pot of Prosperity. I'm not concerned with that. Not that I have a response to it anyway, but... nope, we don't need a Zeus in response to that. I mean, we even have like a 4 material Zeus. Like, really, what is our opponent going to do at this point? And that's in addition to the Utopic Draco Future and the Ensemblue Robin. This music is so epic. Or music, I think music is tied to boards, right? If I recall correctly. If this is the music for this board, I kind of want to get this board. But wait, that wouldn't make sense. Wouldn't I always hear the same music then? Because I always use this board. I don't know. Maybe if you know in the comments how the music works in this game, I'd actually be interested to know. Because I think I did read that it was tied to boards, but maybe you hear the music from your opponent's board, which would be interesting. Normal or special, you can add one, blah, 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 blah. Do I want to bounce this? Do I care? You contribute this card, then banish one card from your hand. Yeah, I am going to activate my Ensemblue Robin here. Because they can banish... I mean, it looks like, anyway, they contribute this to summon something else, so... we can just cut them off at the pass. Plus, I think they already have another one of these in hand. So at this point, I'm going to know... no, I don't need to do that. At this point, I'm going to know what all their cards are, so... and what did this do again? Either add it to your hand or special summon. Destroy a card you can banish. Okay, cool. So they added that one, and then they summoned another one. And now they're going to add another mutant spell or trap. I'm just like, again, with these rogue decks I've never seen, I'm just kind of like trying to figure out what they're doing and how threatening it is. I mean, I don't know, they can add any mutant card. Okay. What do they add? What is this mutant mist? Can be special summon, your opponent cannot target spell effects. You can only activate when your opponent activates a trap card or effect. Quick effect and banish card and draw 2 cards. Okay. You can target one of your banished monsters except when this is corridors, which is shuffle a target into your deck. That's fine, I don't care about that. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, so far I don't really care about what my opponent's doing. It's not that threatening at all. Do I want to bounce this back to their hand? I probably should. If nothing else, to protect my Ensemblue Robin. Yeah, whatever. We'll bounce it back. And then they also can't set stuff up as, like, link materials and stuff. Plus, you know, this is like the least committal like disruption we can do. We still have the negates, like negates on top of negates after that, and then again, if nothing else, we have a complete board wipe during the end phase to ensure our victory. We actually have 2 board wipes, so it's like, well, like what are they gonna do? Okay, summon, then tribute, and then banish this. This card is normal or special summoned. Should I negate this? Yeah, I'm going to negate this. With this specifically. This impermanence. Okay, I just want to make sure I click the right one. Just so I can negate this mutant expansion as well. Nope, we don't need to activate any other effects. That is fine. ST46. Wow, what a memorable name. I'm trying to figure out if that means anything in Elite Speak. Stag? I don't know. They have the concede. I kind of figured the concede was going to come there. Alright, and that is going to do it for that duel. And let's go ahead and save it and return to the menu. Alright, so that is going to do it for the live commentary duels in this video. As always, I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, if you enjoy seeing Bird Up, you know, feel free to let me know. I really like to play it. I'm probably going to be putting more of it up on the channel either way. But, yeah, if you guys would rather see me play other decks, though, I am always open for suggestions in the comments. I do love hearing your guys' comments, and I try to reply to as many of them as I can. Just because, especially ones that, you know, ask some interesting or good questions or have good suggestions. I'm always open for suggestions, you know. If you guys have anything you want to see, feel free to let me know. But without further ado, this is HexLex signing out. Have a great day.